Mehrdad Sarlak, CEO, founder of CupidRadar, your official place to start finding available, single, probably amazing people.
Finding love, right?
Finding love.
That companionship.
Exactly. Which everybody in the world wants to have, but sometimes maybe a little too shy to know or to feel comfortable to go to some of these other types of dating sites. Maybe you don't feel like you can sum yourself up in 10 descriptive words, right? I don't think I can, and write out all these bios and these pages and pages and pages. If that's not you, but you do want to see, use other technology that's available now. Well, CupidRadar has got it locked down. You can go check it out right now and see who is single around you. So this revolutionary idea came up by Mehrdad. He's here in studio with us today answering all of your questions. If you've got a call for him, 888-PULSE-08. That's 888-785-7308. Or you can email us, marketpulse@lpl.com. We will donate $1 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I think we have a caller right now. What's your question? Yes. Hi. What's your question?
I love it. We dive right into the meat and potatoes of
That's
it.
right.
That's
just get it out
great.
there.
That's a great question. Appreciate the question. So the application process, I think I mentioned earlier, this is really meant to be a mobile app, right? So you log on to CupidRadar.com. If you have a BlackBerry, you can download the app. We're going to have it in the App Store actually later this week, and we're developing Android and iPhone soon. But for now, you go to CupidRadar.com. It's a very quick, under 5-minute registration process. We do, unlike other sites, we do require photographs, and it's got to be a clear photograph of you because, frankly, if you're if you're not willing to upload your real photograph of yourself, and you're going to probably meet somebody pretty soon, maybe there's something going on, right? So it's one of our filters. We do require a clear photograph of you. Very, very basic profile information because, again, I really want to save the meeting process to be the art of conversation. Let's save some for the conversation. And we authenticate your email address, and then we go through every single profile individually. A human being looks at every single profile, and we either approve or reject based on, the photograph and the content that's in there. And as I said earlier, we've got some pretty sophisticated technology that we've developed that will determine if you're fraudulent. I obviously don't want to get into what we do specifically because then that just helps people develop
so
a better...
you're saying if I put a picture of Ben Affleck
that's an easy one, Josh. That's an easy one. And, it's amazing because we'll get people that'll do that. They'll upload, copyrighted images of celebrities, and we're thinking, really? Because we're very clear about it's got to be real.
It's got to be their doppelganger, right?
Exactly, right. Maybe that. And then also, we've got, obviously we're a location-based dating site, so we know where you're logging in from. And if there's a discrepancy between what you tell us and where you actually are, if there's any doubt or hesitation, we don't approve profiles. So I'd rather have fewer people with higher quality than have hundreds of thousands of people, 50% of whom are dubious. So that's the process. Go to CupidRadar.com, click on the set up new profile, and within 5 minutes you're done. Upload your picture, your profile information, very, very basic information that we ask you to enter, and then we approve you and you're ready to go. You just log in and start searching. So as far as the second question was around screening a background check. So we don't ask for people's social security numbers or addresses. We want to provide or protect your anonymity as well as at the same time knowing enough about you to verify your validity. So we use sort of these mechanisms that I was describing earlier to determine if these profiles are real or not. And after a while you get really good at being able to fish out a profile that just it sounds a little too good to be true, or there's something about it, whether it's the photograph or whether it's the content. And if there's any doubt at all, we eliminate people's profiles and we block them or we delete them. And again, we're very strict about who we want. We want high quality, high integrity, decent, honest people.
Great. Thank you for your question. As always, we donate $1 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation for every call or email that we receive. So let's talk a little bit more about these logistics and how they work. So let's say I'm at a Starbucks, I'm reading a book, I get a bit bored and I think, all right, I wonder if there's anybody single around me. I don't want to read this book anymore. What do I do at that moment? What happens?
That's exactly the right place to do it. Starbucks is a perfect example. You log into CupidRadar.com, and with one button, you click Find My Matches, and we locate you, we locate other people, and we return matches. We show the person's picture, we show a brief summary of their profile, and we tell you how far they are from you. And we round to the nearest mile, and if you're too close, if you're under a mile, we don't display actual distance because we're not trying to help you physically locate that person. We're just helping you connect with that person.
It's like the introduction, right?
It's the introduction, right? So I don't want you to be able to tell where these other people are physically located, and that's one of the ways that we protect people's privacy and security. So you see somebody you like, you send them a message, and you say, hey, whatever it is that comes to your mind, whatever grabs your interest about them, and you exchange messages through CupidRadar. And if you decide to meet up, at some point you can say, yeah, okay, I noticed we're a mile or 2 miles apart. I'm at the Starbucks on the corner of so-and-so and this, and maybe that person comes by and you get together face-to-face. And really, this is the first type of technology that enables you to meet somebody within minutes of finding them. I think you mentioned earlier, Shavon, and this is a very common thing that happens with traditional dating sites, is you send out hundreds of messages because you've paid your exorbitant monthly fee. You send out hundreds of messages, you get, a couple of replies, and then you exchange messages because everyone's playing this texting game, this messaging game. You exchange messages for weeks and weeks and weeks, and in your head you're filling in how great this person really is because you haven't really met them, and you're hearing what they want to tell you. And then finally, a month later, your schedules align because everyone's busy. You get together, and within 3 minutes, you realize, as your friend said, it wasn't there. And then you look back and say, man, I wish I could take back that last 30 days. I wasted a lot of hours talking to this person. Imagine if you could have met that person within an hour and known right then and there whether you want to take it. It's really cool because if you think about, it's even, going back to the security and privacy, in the old days, in the old days meaning like 1993, if you met somebody at a gym, at a grocery store, at a nightclub, you had to exchange private information, right? At some point, if somebody came up to you back before your lucky fiance found you, Josh, and some woman came up to him, Shavon, well, he'd have to get her phone number.
Happens all the time, by the way.
Yeah, well, no, this is what happens when you host a very popular radio
That's
show.
Right.
So you'd have to give out your phone number, your email address, or nowadays your Facebook or whatever. But maybe you don't really want to do that, but there is no other way to reconnect with that person. Well, CupidRadar is kind of like your singles business card. Right? You connect on CupidRadar, you can set up your get-together, your face-to-face, and that person never has your phone number, never has your email, and if you leave, you still don't have to exchange information. You can communicate through there, and it's the only technology I know of that lets you do that without giving out your email or phone number. And we have a feature on there that we put on there because when I used to use online dating sites back in the day, I was really irritated at the fact that you would constantly see the same people over and over again. And you weren't interested in them the first time. You're not going to be interested in them the 10th time. So we put a feature in there
that... They don't wear you down.
Yeah, well, that's the goal.
All right, I guess I'll go out with it. Man.
This is the 100th time I'm seeing you. I give up, right? No, I don't think love works that way.
It's just me.
Yeah, there you go. Ooh, I like that. So we have a not interested function. You click not interested on a profile. That person is gone. They never show up on your radar again. You never see them again. If any messages that you exchange between each other is deleted for privacy reasons, in case maybe you did give them some information you don't want them to have a record of, and you never see them again. So that's the thing. You can meet up, and if you're not interested,
so no one can stalk you after you've met them through CupidRadar, even though they don't have any of your information. They can't keep sending you messages. Why didn't you call me back?
Absolutely not. That's the brilliant part of it. You not interest them, and they are gone. They have no way of contacting you again.
You open up your inbox, and there's 50 emails saying, "Why aren't you talking to me?"
Yeah, exactly.
What a great way to be able to find somebody in your general vicinity that you can meet at that moment, because nobody has time, but it's only when you finally have that moment, right? And the same thing in business. When someone emails me, it might take me all day to email them back, but if they were to text me that same question, I would probably respond right away, and that process would be resolved versus it saving till later. Very similar situation in this case with finding someone around you that you may or may not be interested in. And then you can text right away. You said you messaged them, and if they want to meet right then, great. If not, then you can schedule a time later.
I'm glad you said that, because while this is meant to be a location-based dating service and it's meant to, connect people that are close to each other, we certainly don't obligate you to. There's nothing that says that if you're at that Starbucks that you have to meet somebody that's a mile from you. You can choose to exchange messages, and maybe you're leaving Starbucks, you're going somewhere else, and you can't meet up. So you can reconnect on CupidRadar. You can keep in touch through there and set up a time that's maybe more convenient. But I don't know. There's something about I guess the romantic part of me kind of is, this appeals to. There's something about the fact that, destiny did put you that close to that person. There's something about that that's just more appealing and intriguing to me than this idea of seeing 100,000 people that could be all over the place and they may or may not. It's like, I don't know. There's a reason that person is there. Why don't you give it a try? And even, you don't have to marry the person. You don't have to date them. Again, we've made it very easy to opt out, if you will. So take a chance. And I think, a lot of times people are scared, and hopefully this will encourage people to, to be more open and more available to meeting somebody.
Absolutely. All right, we are in studio right now with Mehrdad Sarlak in studio. CupidRadar.com is the website you can go to right now, create a profile, see who's around you right now that's single, available to have a conversation with. And if you want to meet up, you can completely, all privacy, every bit of integrity that you want to have in creating a relationship on the right foot has been thought up and put into this software for you to be able to use. So if you want to learn more, you can go to CupidRadar.com. If you've got a question, you can give us a call, 888-PULSE-08. That's 888-785-7308, or you can email us, marketpulse@lpl.com.